Hey, this is V, and recently I've been reading Think Yourself Lucky by Ramsey Campbell. The main character, David, works for a travel advertising kind of company, like they sell various vacation packages, and he's often out like trying to promote the kinds of deals that they have, but his life is about to get really, really strange. Like he threw out the idea for a book title recently at a meeting for writers that he didn't really want to attend, but sort of like made himself go to out of politeness. And he discovers that there's someone using this title to write a blog online. Only disturbingly, this blog is a chronicle of a series of extremely violent attacks and murders that are happening in like the area around where he lives. And not only that, like it has increasingly like large numbers of details that seem to relate to David's own personal experiences, even though he is not the one writing the blog. Like he has no idea where all this information is coming from that this person can't possibly know, but the coincidences between the accounts on this blog, the events that he discovers are really happening in real life, and his own daily experiences gets more and more bizarre, like as he digs into this and things progress. So the story is written in alternating points of view, like you have sections written in first person following the various attacks, and then you have the sections on David, let's see. So it's a little hard, I guess, to talk about this one without giving spoilers. So something I liked. I think the writing was very easy to read. It didn't really have much talking in the first person sections, understandably, but David's sections had a large amount of dialogue. Like there was definitely a big focus on interactions and stuff between people, and that was kind of a nice change after reading the playground story that I went through before this. So yeah, it was a pretty easy read. But something I did not like as much, I don't really think I like the way it ended, but since that's not really something I can talk about, I guess some other things that stood out to me. First of all, I think the story was very abrupt in how it began. Like it kind of launches you straight into the middle of what is happening without providing much in the way of context or background for like the characters or the setting or like what is going on. Like basically it took me a couple chapters to actually settle in and figure out what it was trying to show, like through the story, so it was a little slow to get interesting that way. Although I do think the subtle weirdness is something that it does carry out fairly well, which kept me reading, even though it was also interspersed with a lot of fairly graphic scenes of violence and like murders being committed, and that's always something that I would prefer not to have to read. And unfortunately, it is a little bit important in the story to have those details. But yeah, like I said, it's not something that I like reading about.